You know, in healthcare, there's this term we throw around a lot, managed chaos, right? But what if? What if we could flip that script entirely? What if we could replace all that chaos with real systematic excellence? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today, a method designed to do just that.
Okay, just picture this for a second. What if a hospital, with all its moving parts, all its unpredictability, could run with the absolute precision of a high-tech factory, like clockwork? I mean, a system where every little thing, from the moment a patient walks in the door to the moment they're discharged, is totally clear. It's measured. It's connected to everything else. Sounds kind of like a fantasy, doesn't it? Well, guess what? It's not a fantasy. It's the whole point behind something called Integrated Process Excellence, or IPE for short. And we're about to break down exactly what that means. Okay, but before we jump into the how, we've got to understand the why. Let's get real for a minute and talk about the massive challenge of just keeping a hospital running day to day. So what makes it so hard? Why does it feel like you're constantly putting out fires? Well, that complexity, that chaos, it's not random. It comes from a few very specific, very real risks. And here they are, the big ones that create that perfect storm. First, you've got operational variation, where 5 different people do the same job 5 different ways. Then there's staffing instability, a constant headache. Add on top of that just crushing financial pressure. And of course, the ever-present threat of cybersecurity issues. It's a lot. So how do you navigate that storm? Well, this is where our hero enters the scene. Let's talk about integrated process excellence. Now look at this definition closely, because the key words here are systematic and enterprise-wide. This isn't some quick fix or a one-off project. It's a whole methodology. The idea is to take that hardcore discipline you see in manufacturing and apply it to literally every process in the hospital. So how does it work? It's broken down into 4 pretty straightforward phases. First, you document everything. Get those standards down on paper. Then, you communicate them so everyone's on the same page. Third, you measure and control. You gotta track how you're doing. And fourth, the big one, continuous improvement. You use that data to get better and better. It's a loop, a cycle of getting things right. Okay, that's the theory. But what's the actual tool? It's something called an IPE pack. Think of it as the central toolkit. So let's crack one open and see what we've got. All right, so an IP pack is basically the ultimate playbook for any given process. Let's say patient discharge. It's one single structured repository that becomes the definitive source of truth, the only source of truth. No more hearsay, no more "I thought we did it this way." It's all right there. And when I say comprehensive, I mean it. Inside one of these packs, you've got the whole shebang, the department's mission, their KPIs, detailed process maps, like this thing we're going to look at called a SIPOC table, and deep dives into what's actually causing problems. It is literally the complete blueprint for how to do something right. Okay, let's make this real. This is a SIPOC table. It stands for supplier, input, process, output, and customer. It's a super simple way to map things out. So for something like care transitions, you can see everything laid out. Who supplies the info? Providers, nursing. What's the input? Diagnosis, clinical updates. What's the process? Assess, plan, coordinate. The output? A safe handoff. And who's the customer? The patient, the family. Suddenly the whole thing just makes sense. It's all visible. All right, that's the tool. Now let's apply it to a situation we've all seen. A story that is way too common, the patient who's stuck in the hospital, even though they're ready to leave. So here's the scenario. A patient is medically ready for discharge. The doctor says they're good to go, all the clinical boxes are checked. And yet, they're still in that hospital bed, maybe for hours, maybe even for days. And the big question is just, why? This is exactly where the process falls apart, and it's the perfect place to see how IPE can fix it. This is where a tool like a cause and effect table from an IP pack becomes so powerful. It shows you everything. The effect we're seeing, high length of stay. What's the cause? Well, things like delays in getting a placement or transport. But what's the underlying driver? Now we're getting somewhere. Insurance delays, not enough staff. And the impact on the whole hospital? Less capacity, higher costs. See? IP doesn't let you hide from the root cause. It puts it right in front of you. Okay, so this is all great for fixing today's problems, but there's a bigger picture here. Getting your processes in order isn't just about today. It's about being ready for tomorrow. And tomorrow is all about AI. And I absolutely love this quote. Without the IP infrastructure, an AI LLM is just a smart generalist, not a trusted process expert. Think about that. You can have the smartest AI in the world, but if it doesn't understand your specific processes, it's just a know-it-all with no context. IP provides that context. It gives the AI the structured knowledge it needs to go from being a generalist to a genuine expert. And this chart just lays it all out. Without IPE, your AI is giving you generic, fragmented, error-prone advice. It can't really help you operate better. But you feed it the knowledge from an IPE pack, now you're getting domain-aware dialogue, validated knowledge, precise outputs. Now it can actually execute with excellence. It's the difference between a cool tech toy and an incredibly powerful professional tool.
So it all comes down to this one last question, really. When you define, measure, and connect your processes, you're not just putting out today's fires, you're actually building the foundation for a much smarter, way more efficient AI-powered future. So you have to ask yourself, is your organization busy building that future, or is it still just managing chaos?